to Ask Steve Judd. I'm Sue Brain, and here we are again, Steve.
Okay, this is the Grumpy and Sparky show.
Spunky. I just said spunky. I didn't mean that. I meant spunky. Anyway, we're on
Grumpy and Grarky.
we're on the new moon.
Yes, it was new moon of an hour or two ago.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm feeling so because it's in Scorpio.
29 degrees Scorpio, one of the most allegedly difficult degrees of the zodiac.
I've got mine at 28. It doesn't matter, does it, a degree?
The moon's currently at 29 though, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, yes, it is. It's moved into 29. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, but whatever.
Oh, we are grumpy today. Whatever.
Whatever. Well, look, you just deal with it, don't you? You can use it as an excuse for feeling grumpy or bad or negative or whatever, or you can just go, well, yeah, okay, but you can't change it.
No, but it is. I mean, it's Scorpio, and it's right opposite Uranus, which is also at 29 degrees, but very retrograde. So there is this kind of tension, isn't there, in the air?
Yes, very much so. Yes. I find it interesting that there's lots of big things happening in the world at the moment.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Oh, been hiding under a rock, have you?
Where would you like to start?
Blimey, how long you got?
Yeah, I know. It's very, very pokey, isn't it?
That nice Mr. Trump's ascendant is 29 degrees Leo, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Just a thought. He's just signed that bit of paper. He's just signed that bit of paper releasing all of the Epstein files, except for those investigations that he's just authorized, which will now stay withdrawn for a long time whilst the FBI works it out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to get what really happened.
No.
Certainly not with him. But there's so much evidence that he was on the Lolita Express with various other notables, but I think they've all bought their way out of it personally. But that's,
And the 1 minute of footage at the moment Epstein died was when the cameras went down.
Isn't it extraordinary?
What coincidence.
I know, especially when he was on 24-hour watch. But there you go.
Yeah,
well, I feel also with this new moon, with this Scorpio, and it's right at the end of Scorpio. I think, there's always this sort of, I don't know, kind of deep unseen, isn't it, with Scorpio? And with Mercury retrograde, with Uranus opposition, I just think there's lots more to come out.
I think that this last few hours and today particularly is a day, I don't know, a score settling.
Yes, it's not nice, is it?
It's sharp.
It's sharp. I agree. I completely. So if anybody's feeling like we are, just join the clan.
Yeah, it'll be over in 36 hours when everything's moved into Paris and Mercury retrograde is cleared. It cleared the sun.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is this really deep, and I always think that, I don't know where you are with this, but when there's Mercury in Scorpio, it's forensic, isn't it? It's got that I always think it's a forensic.
Yeah, it's penetrative, it's deep, insightful, forensic, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's very good at uncovering things. And it's very good at keeping secrets, but also uncovering other people's.
Yes, yes.
If you're going to have Mercury in a water sign, I'd rather have it in Scorpio than anywhere else. Similar with Mars, incidentally, but yeah.
Well, Mars is its own sign, isn't it?
Well, using old astrology, yes. Yeah.
Why do you say that? Why do you say you'd rather have Mercury in Scorpio than in Cancer or in Pisces?
Because I feel that Mercury in Pisces gets lost very easily. It's never a place of logic and rationality and analysis. It's more a place of dream, vision, and idea.
Yeah, like it's writing poetry in the park, doesn't it?
Yes. With a beer. With a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And Mercury in Cancer, Yeah, not really, because it's fine if you're okay with the mind as just being the library that puts words onto what already exists as feelings.
Yes.
But if you're trying to explain things to yourself in an analytical, logical way with Mercury and Cancer, it's very easy to change your mind a lot according to the way you feel at any given time.
But they make great historians, don't they?
And antique collectors,
And
I would
antique
imagine.
collectors.
Yeah. Yeah, there is
There's a
that.
good side. Could
Yeah.
they also, do you think, be the kind of person that doesn't really want to grow away from home? The child that is very attached to home, being Mercury.
Oh yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah.
Mm,
That's nice. That's a nice idea. Yeah. I like that one.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Mercury and Scorpio, it's like, okay, well, I'm here down in the dark and in the deep, so let's just sort of do what I need to do and
We,
be quick about it and get it done.
yeah. It's not afraid of the occult, is it? Or that sort
Not,
of nastier side of human life.
um, but yeah, I'm a bit cautious around using that word because to me, the way that the word occult is used is really wrong. To me, it's, when a planet is occulted, it is hidden. Um, so to me, the occult means hidden, not the nasty,
Yeah,
the dark. It
absolutely.
means dark, yes, but
Mm,
not nasty. Whereas Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, especially opposite Uranus, you hit it on the nail with forensic, but it's going to
mm.
be even more than that. It's going to be acerbic,
Yes, yes. There's
you know.
what I can't understand, Stephen, please explain this, is I know I'm going back to Trumpy. How's he getting away with it? He's had so many astrological time bombs and he's sailed through them all.
What does this say about the psychology of the current state of America? I
Yeah,
mean, I don't wish to be dismissive of my many American friends and colleagues, many of almost all of whom. It's going to be very difficult at the moment to be both a Trump fan and an astrologer in the US of A.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
on safe ground here. But I think he's appealing to a kind of psychotic tendency amongst the less esoteric minded, being very careful my words here,
yeah, yeah.
in terms of rah 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 America first.
Yes.
And whilst
Mm.
that's not doing the world any good and it's not doing America any good in the long run, it has appealed to a power base. But I do suspect that is now rapidly unraveling. I mean, he seems to be a little bit.
I think he's not very well. Hmm.
Well, he's flip flopping a lot.
Yeah. Yes, he's not. I think there's something going on anyway. Yes. It's just interesting that he's like a cat with, not nine, just nine lives about, but then I think that's just the state of what power is about. If you're in a situation of power. I'm very interested in the whole concept of tyrannical power at the moment.
Mm,
Especially with Pluto going into Aquarius and how hopefully, and it's coming out, it's just come out of which I look at Pluto in, and I know we talked about this in Capricorn as this tyrannical breakdown of tyrannical control. And I'm
mm.
just wondering if this slide into Aquarius really is the start of the breakdown of how it has always been.
I can't help but think of that. The antithesis of Trump is Putin, with Pluto on the midheaven in Leo. And that is also a kind of dictatorial or
God.
borderline tyrannical trademark when it comes under difficult aspect anyway,
Mm,
and or when it's under pressure as he is constantly. So
yes.
yeah, there's similar, well, I wouldn't say there's similarities, but it's an interesting correlation.
But how does Putin, I mean, how do any of them get up in the morning and carry on? experienced that amount of tension. I mean, I'd have buckled day one. But these people have been going for years and years and years in these positions of excessive power. I don't know how they do it.
Well, the first thing I do is check their boots for scorpions before they get out of bed. Yeah.
Yeah,
um, what is it in the human condition that gives permission for these people to assume that power?
yeah.
Why do we need these big daddies?
And it is Big Daddy, absolutely. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah. But we
yeah.
don't need it anymore. We don't, you know,
No,
we're going into a new world where, I mean, it really is beginning to feel like that. So Big Daddy,
totally. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And when you see
it,
what's coming up over the next year or two, it's just like this is.
yeah, the
I'm going to stick.
ending.
I'm going to nail my colours to the wall here.
Yeah,
This is the beginning of the final phase of the end of the patriarchy,
yeah.
and
I
not a
agree.
moment too soon.
No, I agree with that.
Can't
How
come
it's
soon
going
enough.
to end, we don't know whether it is going to be the last blast of war or anything like that. But I'm with you on this. I mean, I do feel like next year it's a massive, massive shift.
As you know, I've been doing a lot of work on next year for
Yeah,
various things, and what I've realised is that this there's three specific periods next year, which are going to really be the kind of focal lens, if you like. There's a brief period at the end of January, which is perhaps the most difficult time. That's the prelude to the Saturn Neptune, the final prelude to the Saturn Neptune conjunction. But I think the actual
yeah,
the trigger point for the whole year, I think, is in the second week of April, when we have 7 planets in Aries, and including a
yeah,
Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Neptune conjunction, all to within 4 or 5 degrees of each other.
yeah,
And on the same day, a new moon in Aries conjunct Chiron. And then in late July, there's that wonderful time, which I think is either the end of it all or the start of it all, where you've got Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto all at 4 degrees.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah. But you've also got Jupiter opposite Pluto in July as well.
That's the one, four
That's the
degrees.
one. Yeah. Oh, that's the one at 4 degrees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Saturn and Neptune will both be at Saturn and Uranus and
Yeah.
Neptune will both be at 4 degrees as well.
Yes. So kind of a real, well, it's just the beginning of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
That sort of new, it's very tense though still.
Oh yes.
Yeah. But I do think this shift with Saturn and Neptune at 0 degrees Aries is going to mark, I'm hoping, this is where I'm looking at from, a grounded, realistic, I hate using even the word spirituality anymore, but sort of like a consciousness
Yeah,
that is
consciousness. It's much better. Yeah,
that is realistic
yeah.
because
It's emerging already.
I think so, but there's an awful lot, and I don't know where you are with this, Steve. I think there's an awful lot of astro hype going on at the moment.
Oh, I'm so sick of it.
Mm,
Every time I open YouTube, I'm saying this Mercury retrograde is the one that's going to change everything
yeah,
and
forever,
forever. Yeah, it's like,
forever.
shut up. And there's a lot of desk jockeys out there who are actively promoting us. There's a lot of influencers, and
Mm.
I'm just as bad as the rest of them, but who are going out there and actively courting astrologers to come on and say sensational things just for likes.
Well, it's clickbait, isn't it?
Clickbait.
Yeah. I think, again, because Neptune's involved, we have to be so careful about what's real and what isn't real. And and I think Neptune loves a drama. Well, it sort of loves that glamour. I think it's not drama, it's glamour, isn't it? And clickbait is, oh look, I've got all these wonderful clicks on my website, and because I'm sensationalizing everything. And I'm hoping that when Saturn and Neptune come together finally, I mean they're practicing at the moment, I think, obviously, but I do hope it'll be more realistic. And I think one of the things that's really, I mean, really, I don't know, made me very grumpy is this hype around 3A, 3I Atlas, astrologically.
Oh,
Where are
I'm
you with
loving it.
this?
Well, I'm absolutely loving it. I'm loving it because I've been sat quiet while it's been behind the sun, watching all these eminent astrophysicists
Yeah.
and astrologers
Oh, yes.
going, it's the end of civilization. It's an alien spacecraft. It's sending out intelligent signals. It's a message from another galaxy. And it's like, it's a lump of rock. Actually, a lump of rock. Both you and I have been looking at NASA and things like this in the last 24 hours. It's a lump of rock.
It's
And yes,
doing
it's got one or two
strange
unusual
things.
constituents.
Yes, it's definitely doing strange things. There's no question about that. But it
Yeah.
is a lump of rock.
But it's a lump of rock. Yeah. And yeah, it's doing strange things. But then anything outside of our narrow minded understanding of the solar system, anything that breaks that is a strange thing, strange attractor.
Yeah.
So it's a strange attractor. That's what it is. And it's going to expand our scientific knowledge and understanding of dynamics of movement through
Yes.
space.
Yes.
If there is going to be any interesting time, it's going to be in about 5.5 to 6 months' time when we pass through any residue from the tail. But at the moment, 3i Atlas has been the other side of the sun from us. Now it's clearing this, it's getting out of the solar
Yeah.
system.
Yeah. 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 It's
So,
coming out.
it'd be interesting to see what happens when we pass through, because when we pass through the Perseids tail or the Orionid's tail, we get meteor showers.
Exactly.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Yes, it's just yes, I'm the same as you. We'll see. But this I find this whole hype around the rays of consciousness of humanity and this is it. I don't know because there are a lot of people that are who are definitely waking up to something more than just who they are, which I think is extremely positive.
Yeah.
But the majority of the world is still obsessed with making money.
Sex, power, greed, and fear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the majority of the world. I
Yeah.
don't want to be negative, and I know I'm grumpy today, but that's the truth. But it's
Yeah.
yeah. So how do we get a balance of? I just think when we live in a bubble, and I'm very guilty of living in a bubble, I think my bubble is real, but it isn't. It's a bubble.
Everyone's bubble is real.
Mm,
One planet, 8 billion different worlds. We all see things differently.
yeah,
But there is a growing consensus planet wide of dissatisfaction with the status quo.
definitely.
It is as if collectively we're beginning to realize that our birthright has been taken away from us. And what is our birthright?
Wow.
It's our natural sensitivity to things like love and compassion. And it's been subliminated with promises of salvation through clickbait or
Yeah.
porn or chocolate or anything to dumb us down
Mm,
and to
yeah.
set neighbor against neighbor. It's
Yeah,
easy to rant on about this, but
I know.
the only way we can counteract it, I was talking to someone just a couple of days ago. They were saying to me, how do you keep doing the readings? I said, I'm saving the world, one person at
I
a time, one at a time.
Yeah,
And they go
absolutely.
out and spread a little bit and
Yeah,
it's happening.
yeah,
It is
yeah,
happening. And it's a slow grind. It's happening under the radar.
yes. And
Whilst,
yeah, and I think the other thing is that and not to forget, the millions of people who are working under the radar. They're not out in the big world. They're
Yeah,
very quietly getting on with the work they're here to do.
yeah.
That's true.
And I
Very
like to
true.
think, in my own arrogant way, that I'm a kind of not spokesperson for them, but representative of those who
Yes.
don't speak up, who want big
Yeah.
change. And if I can show that the astrological patterning, as it is now and in the imminent future, is so radically different to any other time in recorded history, then that in itself gives hope.
Yes, that things are changing, and that's what we want. But if they're going to be changing whatever, I mean, for forever. But the shifts are always happening. I've just done a lot of research into Pluto out of bounds going back in history and the effect it's had on our relationship with death and dying. And every time Pluto has been out of bounds, there's been terrible wars and oppression. And I mean, really difficult stuff for humanity to deal with. But we've always adapted, we've always carried on. There's plenty of us who keep reincarnating here. So there is this sense, and I've sort of found much more hope that these very difficult oppressive regimes and rulers will be moving out as in fact Pluto out of bounds in Aquarius is kind of it's giving that Aquarian let's do it differently vibe to it. It's sort of intensifying that.
And when a planet's in a bad way, it shows the negative qualities of its opposite sign. So
Yes,
Pluto in a bad
yes,
way in Leo is very,
yes,
very authoritarian,
yes,
dictatorial, tyrannical.
yes,
That's
yes,
what we're seeing.
yes. So that does give me hope.
Me too. And
Mm.
I've come up with another one recently.
Oh, go on.
It's not brand new. It's been known about for a long time, but it's never been realized before. It's about ratios. I'm doing a big live stream on just
Okay.
before solstice. Oh, I'm doing another live stream in a week and a half's time for the world, free of charge. But I'm doing a paid one on ratios just before solstice. And here's an example of what I'm talking about. If you measure a point from the center of the sun to the mean orbit of Mercury, and then measure a distance from the center of the sun to the mean orbit of Earth, the ratio of those two distances is exactly 99.99% the same size as the ratio of Mercury's diameter versus Earth's diameter. What this means is that if you're stood in the center of the sun, which not a good idea, but if you were, and Mercury passed in front of the Earth, from that point in the center of the sun, they'd be exactly the same size. And you can stretch this because if you take the ratio of center of the sun to Mercury, center of the sun to Earth, center of the sun to Saturn, that
Yeah.
same thing, Mercury, Mars, Earth, Saturn, this ratio of the distance is the same as the ratio of their diameter. So Mercury passing in front of Saturn or Mercury and Earth passing in front of Saturn, they all precisely totally eclipse each other. This is just a yet
I see what you mean.
another nail in the coffin of the astrophysicists who say that they're just lumps of rock and gas in random order. There is
Yes, yes,
intelligent
yes,
design
yes,
in the
yes,
solar system.
yes. I see exactly where you're coming from. Yes, so they all absolutely match up. So the
It's
eclipse,
perfect
it's
out there.
perfect.
It's
Yeah.
intelligent design.
Yes.
And that doesn't necessarily mean that there's anything or anyone intelligently designing it. I'm not suggesting that it's aliens or God or anything like that. But there's so many of these. I'm coming up with more and more of these. And
Yeah.
it's fascinating when you
Yeah.
realize that the position of the planets and their orbital rotational periods is so precise as to give 0.001 accuracy. And you can't ape the divine. It can never be
Phenomenal.
100, but it can be
Yeah.
99.99.
It is phenomenal when you look at the model of the sun in the center and how all the planets are rotating around the sun and the patterns of them and the rate which each one does it differently. It's fabulous. It's an
The correlation. Yeah.
oh
And if it's like that in the solar system, it would make sense to me that it's like that in the galaxy and in the universe. That
yeah,
therefore we get the
yes,
intelligent
yes,
universe,
of course,
the holistic universe idea, everything connected.
absolutely.
Just
It's
by voicing these ideas,
yeah,
we bring it into people's minds and ideas. So that
yeah.
advances things.
I have to say, I am stunned when I was doing this. I've just written an article about it. The whole concept of going back to medieval times of Pluto out of bounds and what happened. The synchronicity, you can't make it up. You
But
just
Pluto
can't make
wasn't
it
it
up.
wasn't discovered then, so it was happening at an
No, I know it
unconcious
wasn't, but you have that's in retrospect. When you
yes.
go, I'm looking at Rosie Finn's that when so it has to be in retrospect, absolutely. But if you put if this is true that Pluto was out of bounds during this particular medieval times and what happened with the Black Death, I mean, it's just that you cannot make up the synchronicities.
But now that Pluto's been discovered, it's in the consciousness.
Yes,
Doesn't that then suggest that we can now deliberately and consciously work with these cycles and use them to improve
yes,
our lives
yes,
or not?
yes, yes.
We have a choice now, which in the past we didn't.
Exactly. It just happened and we didn't know. But I think we have to be very vigilant with Pluto out of bounds. And again, I don't want to be hysterical about it, but it is going to intensify everything Aquarius. And as you say, opposite Leo. So the ego, that the
That's
pride,
why
the
that
hubris.
that's why that Jupiter Pluto opposition at 4 degrees, fortunately, sextiling and trining Uranus and Neptune
Yes,
is so important.
yes, yes.
That's going to be July, late July, I
It's
think.
July the 20th. That's the date I've got for this.
And of course, I don't know if I'm blessed or cursed. I have Jupiter in my chart at 4 degrees of Leo.
Okay. Oh, I think you're blessed.
Hope so. We'll see.
Well, you're doing very well with it.
Yeah, I'm arousing a bit of opposition.
Well, you can't grow without tension.
No, that's true.
Wouldn't mean anything. You have to have a bit of argy-bargy. You have to.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
You got to. It's
Yeah.
otherwise it doesn't mean anything.
On the one hand, I keep thinking, I wish I had this when I was 30. Why couldn't I have done this when I was 30?
No.
And now yeah, it's taken me 70 years to grow thick skin. Yeah,
Yeah. It's
you know.
taken 70 years to understand anything. That's the thing, isn't it? To actually understand it. What the hell is going on here?
I am beginning to pick up signals about a potential pathway for myself in the future, where 3 or 4 years down the line, I'm going to be looking at myself and looking at the world around me and looking at what's coming up and thinking, oh, this feels really empty now compared to 3 or 4 years ago. Because where we are is so intense, and it
It
isn't
is.
going to be like this in 3 or 4 years' time. It's going to be breakthrough or breakdown by then. So,
Mm.
as I'm fond of saying, dystopia or utopia.
Yes, I'm not sure about that, but we'll do. Well, who knows? We'll see
Who
if
knows?
I don't know if I'll even be alive by then. But I think humanity is on a whoop.
Yeah.
We got to get the plot, or otherwise we're going to destroy ourselves. It's as simple as that. I think, yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, in some situations, we'll reach that point that I consider to be some type of dimensional breakthrough where we'll start interacting with indigenous other species of the planet that we've not been currently able to sense. And many people will go, oh, I've been waiting for this moment all my life.
So
And other
this is
people will look at them and go, oh my God, aliens.
yeah. I think Dolores Cannon used to talk about this. She was a wonderful seer, and she foresaw the split of the worlds, two worlds, the worlds of people that were willing to take responsibility, and the world that people just carried on living with their head in the sand.
Fine.
You know, so it's interesting times, isn't it? Steve, just think, do you want to say anything about financial markets, or do you want to just leave that for this time, or do you want to say
Well,
anything?
there is the exact Jupiter-Saturn trine at the moment. And this is the start of it. And it goes on.
Yeah,
It's about 4 or 5 of them because of the
yeah,
retrogrades. The last one will
yeah,
be in early August in
yes,
Leo Aries. So I do think there's a
yeah,
financial rebalancing going on. And
yeah,
again, you point out what's the two biggest problems in the world: fear and greed, with an underlying source of guilt on both of them. And it's obscene that the imbalance financially around the world, when it could be so much better for everyone, but it takes a
yeah,
will to do that.
yeah.
And if the more people feel like this collectively, the more the undercurrent will pervasively push for that rebalancing to come into place. And I do suspect that the Jupiter Saturn trine is the start of this. It'll take a crash. It'll take
I
a big
think so.
crash.
I think so.
And that's what late January and early April, I think, is
Yeah.
probably about.
Yeah, I think so too. I do. I'm
Mm,
absolutely there with you. I've been waiting for it. I mean, there's been little crashes, but nothing
mm.
dramatic. But I'm absolutely with you. And I wonder actually if it's going to be as early as February, with Uranus going direct again out of Taurus.
I think it'll be before that, Sue.
Before February. Do you really?
I'm
Interesting.
looking particularly at the time of the 20th to the 26th
Of,
January,
oh, okay. Why are you saying that?
because we've got in 6 days, we've got Mars sextile Saturn, Mars sextile Uranus, Mars sextile Neptune, Mars conjunct Pluto, and Neptune moving
Oh,
into
yes.
Aries, all within six
Yes.
days.
Yeah.
So to me, that's going to be like the last gasp of the old. And then there's that April connection, which is going to act as the
Yeah.
trigger for everything.
Yeah.
And then by
Yeah.
July, hopefully the new is coming in.
Hmm.
We'll see.
We
Interesting time
will
to be
see.
alive.
Oh, very, very. Yes, I do think yeah, I'm not sure. There's definitely going to be some form of crashes around ideologies, I think, or
Yeah.
the imagine, yes, that kind of Neptunian illusions.
Yeah, very much so. And no one yet is talking about the total eclipse of the sun in mid-August. And here
Yeah.
in Britain, we're going to see an 85% of that. You know, it's very Western Europe.
Yeah, I've
So
got my
that's going to be
glasses
a
ready.
fascinating one.
Yes, yes.
Watch this space.
Well, we'll do something and when the
Problem
time
is,
comes.
lots of influencers are going to be watching this and
Yeah.
going, "Oh yeah, right, quickly do a video on that." Do it.
Well, each to their
Whatever.
own. But anyway, I
Yeah,
don't feel quite so grumpy having spoken to you, which is good.
yeah. All right. Well, I don't feel quite so sort of. Well, originally it was you that was sparky and I was grumpy, but now it's
Yeah.
on the. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
it's gone
whatever.
out the other way.
I always enjoy talking with you. We have fun, and we're doing astrology's work.
Yes, that's right. Whoever wants to watch this and go, oh God, all right, we'll sign up. Cool.
Yeah. Look at those two old buggers. Well, at least they're having fun. At least they're having fun.
Yeah, well, it is fun, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
it's
totally.
intense. It's in intense time that we're living in. All right, lovely.
All right, babe.
Is there anything else you want to say or
Not at the moment. Not at the
no?
moment.
No?
I've got so much to do. I'm preparing for next year already. But yeah, all
Yeah.
good. And
Good.
yeah, we'll get this video up today.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
definitely. All
All right,
right,
bye.
lovely. I'll see you next month. Bye for now. Bye, everyone. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.